In a land far, far away, named Grandview University, there's been a secret treasure for years. The GVU bowling team.
Excuse me, sir, you forgot something.
What did I forget?
The GV bowlers aren't just a team, they're a family.
Aw, that's cute. They're a bowling family.
And we're very successful.
What do champions say?
Viking bait, hoo-ha-ha, go Grandview Bowling!
You're tuned in to the Edge 88.1. Thanks for listening, guys. It's Mikayla here, all by myself, because today's Switch Week. Yay! Happy Halloween! If you guys are dressing up, let us know on our Facebook and Twitter. Today is also National Caramel Apple Day, which is kind of convenient, because who doesn't want to eat a caramel apple on Halloween? I mean, of course I do. It sucked, because when I was about 10 years old, I had braces, and I couldn't eat my favorite treat, which is a caramel apple. And back home in Chicago, they're very popular. Like, they're always selling them for $1 somewhere. And since I've been in Iowa, I haven't seen one. Like, do you guys not eat them? Are they just not as common? Well, up next, get right, Jimmy Eat World, only here on the Edge 88.1. You're tuned in to the Edge 88.1 with Mikayla. Happy Halloween, guys. And as we know, Halloween is a time where we can just be anybody. We don't have to be ourselves. And it's not just for kids. I mean, I've seen people around campus dressed up. It's pretty funny, actually, because these people are like 20 years old, but they still decide to dress up. But it shows that they're a kid at heart. And according to a survey done by InstaFlinster, it tells us the favorite types of candies in the States. And I was going through this article, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And personally, my favorite candy is M&M's, because my initials are M&M's, and they taste great. But here in Iowa, it's said that the favorite candy is Twix. And our states bordering us, for Kansas, it's Twizzlers. And in Illinois, it's Snickers. Indiana, Reese's Pieces. And strangely, in Alaska, it's also Snickers. And I'm really wondering if this survey is true. But I guess we'll never know. Up next, In Chains, here on the Edge 88.1. You're listening to the Edge 88.1. So some classic Halloween movies based off our wonderful internet. And my personal opinion are Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, who hasn't seen these movies? But in recent news, it is said that Tyler Perry's Boo! A Medea's Halloween has broken records. It has made an estimate of $16.7 million. That's a lot of money. And I personally am a big fan of Tyler Perry and Madea movies, so I cannot wait to see this movie. But it's also said that this movie has even beaten the Da Vinci Code franchise Inferno, which only made $15 million. And a few people are really shocked with this, because if you've seen the other two movies, you know they're really good. So, of course, people are going to go back to see them. But apparently there are more Tyler Perry fans out there in the world. Up next, RGF Island by Fetty Wap, here on the Edge 88.1. You're tuned in to the Edge 88.1. Thanks for listening. And in case you don't already know, the Cubs won last night 3-2 in my hometown, and I'm so proud of them. That game was intense, let me tell you. And I cannot wait to cheer them on from my dorm room tomorrow at 7 as they play back in Ohio. Good luck, Cubs. But on the other hand, there are many athletes that are dressing up for Halloween, and I have a few here that I'd like to share with you. The Miz from WWE. He is dressed up as Chucky. These are all on Instagram, by the way, if you want to check them out. Nikki Bella, who's also a wrestler, dressed up as her boyfriend John Cena. Evan Manthis from the Arizona Cardinals. He dressed up as the Dove guy from The Simpsons. Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers, dressed up as Batman. Batman. Jordan McRae, dressed up as Steve Urkel, and his girlfriend was Laura. Retired boxer Floyd Mayweather, dressed up as Iron Man. He had the whole suit and everything, guys. It's crazy. And professional skateboarder Tony Hawk is trying to skateboard with a scary mask on. I mean, if he wasn't a pro, I'd be a little scared for his safety, but since he's a pro, I think it's pretty awesome. Let us know if you're dressing up on our Facebook and Twitter at KDPS88 and KDPS Radio. Up next, Victorious here on the Edge 88.1. Thanks for listening. It's the Edge 88.1, and not only are famous athletes dressing up, but so are a few of my favorite celebrities. On Instagram, I found a picture of Beyonce and Blue Ivy dressed up as Salt and Pepper. Adorable. Mother-daughter goals right there, guys. Khloe Kardashian dressed up as Storm. Kourtney, her sister, dressed up as the Zombie Bride. Paris Hilton, for the third time, apparently has dressed up as Alice in Wonderland. Kelly Ripa and Jerry O'Connell have dressed up as the Joker and Harley Quinn. One of my favorite couple costumes right there. My boyfriend and I probably would have done that if we dressed up, but we're too lazy. Ellen DeGeneres dressed up as the singer Sia. However, my favorite goes out to Halle Berry. She dressed up as this spooky skeleton, and guys, it really doesn't even look like her. Like, it's crazy. It's just amazing. You have to go on Instagram and see for yourself. It's just crazy. Up next, Lost Boy, here on the Edge 88.1. It's the Edge 88.1, and although it's Halloween, I still have Disney news for you. It is said that Disney is going to try something new for their holiday season next year. They're supposed to debut this trail of Christmas trees. And of course, they're not going to be ordinary Christmas trees. Come on, it's Disney. Like, nothing they do is ordinary. But each tree is supposed to have a different Disney character, and there's supposed to be about 15 trees. And it's rumored that, of course, Mickey and Minnie will be on one of these trees. But not only them, but Disney villains, characters from Frozen, characters from the new movie Moana, Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins, and of course, one of everyone's favorite princesses, Ariel from The Little Mermaid. This trail is supposed to be from November 11th to approximately January 8th of next year, and I guess it's just another reason to beg my mom to take me back to Disney. But that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for listening to me, Mikayla, here on the Edge 88.1. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Halloween, and go Cubs! Bye! Up next, Something Wild. Enjoy.
Hello?
Attention, attention, calling all drama queens. Yeah, that's right, we're talking about you high school students, especially all you seniors. Come on down to Grandview University's theater where you can be anyone you desire.
But what if I don't want to be on stage? What if I don't even want to go to college?
Have no fear, Grandview Theater is here. We have plenty more opportunities. You can make sets or help with lights. You don't even have to attend Grandview.
Dude, that sounds awesome. I finally think I know what I'm going to do with my life.
Come on down to Grandview Student Center. You're listening to the Edge 88.1 with John and Mikayla. Today we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick and how he started this whole take a knee movement. As you know, over a year ago, Colin decided to take a knee during the national anthem. And it seems like now after President Trump has tweeted some things, more NFL players have decided to join the movement.
Yeah, a lot of the tweets honestly have been pretty ludicrous. Here are some. So the first one I have is a player wants the privilege of making millions of dollars in the NFL. Other leagues, he or she should not be allowed to be disrespected. And then another one was our great American flag and should stand for the national anthem. If not, you're fired. Find something else to do. To be fired for like standing up for what you believe in, that's a
little extreme.
And I feel like he's going against our right for freedom of expression.
Our First Amendment, yeah.
Exactly. For a president to go against that, you know, it just shows how bad of a president he truly is.
I thought it was funny when he posted the tweet about how even Usain Bolt, the Jamaican runner, stands for our national anthem.
Yes, he's a great athlete, of course, but I feel like he doesn't understand the full movement of what Colin's trying to stand up for.
Exactly.
And when it comes to a different tweet, it says, if NFL fans refuse to go to the games until players stop disrespecting our flag and country, you will see change take place at play fast, first, fire or suspend.
Well, I mean, a lot of people aren't even watching NFL games because they are boycotting due to Take a Knee.
Like, you can't really say that because, like you just said, they're already taking a knee. And when it comes to viewership anyways, for you to really go against the NFL, not only are you really looking at the NFL in a negative way, but you're also bringing down everyone in it.
Right. Now we're going to give you some examples of the games that occurred last Sunday. The Seahawks versus the Titans. They both decided to remain in the locker room. Nashville singer Megan Lindsay decided to take the knee along with her guitarist after singing the national anthem.
And during the Cincinnati Bengals game versus the Green Bay Packers, both teams stood and locked arms on the sidelines. 3 Packers players even sat during the national anthem. And in my opinion, I feel like the best way would be locking arms and staying up the sidelines because you're still giving them that respect for the flag. And I feel like it's a bit of a good compromise. But also when it comes to the whole movement, I feel like they could have came at this a different way when working with the NFL to like make commercials, programs, set up something so it's more aware. But I still respect Colin Kaepernick for taking his knee.
Definitely. And weren't you just mentioning to me the other day how this is not just affecting NFL, but it's affecting other sports as well?
Yeah, it's not only affecting the NFL, but it affects the NBA and the WNBA. One of the Bill Russell, one of the all-time great legends when it comes to basketball, he took a knee while he wore his Medal of Honor from the president himself.
And I don't know if any of our listeners have recently seen the cover of Sports Illustrated, but it has players such as LeBron James and Steph Curry all linking arms to support this movement.
Now, when it comes to different views of the whole boycott, people feel like veterans are being disrespected, but when you interview certain veterans, they don't feel disrespected because a lot of them feel like they're fighting for a country, for the freedom of expression. And then you have some who only find it disrespectful just because the last time they've seen their best friend in the army was in a coffin with the American flag on top.
Right. I actually had to speak with a couple of veterans here for a story at Grandview, and they actually told me that they are disappointed in our country. It's becoming more and more divided, and that they agree with Take the Knee.
And on top of that, I really agree with you when you say it's becoming more divided. I feel like Trump really isn't hoping that when it came to the tweets. I feel like he was causing a lot more hate for those who were taking a knee. So a lot of racism could be a cause from that. And then, like I said, going against our amendment, he's taking away our freedom of expression, freedom of voice. He's really just trying to shut everything down.
Veteran Dr. Nichelle Manuel told me that she's wondering what he is trying to cover up. Why is he tweeting so much about the NFL, and what is he not telling us on the political side of things? I don't know if you saw the game a few weeks ago, but Jordan Sparks was singing the national anthem for the Cowboys versus the Cardinals, and the camera zoomed in on her hand, and she had the scriptures, Proverb
31:8-9.
Right, which basically states, speak up for those who can't speak up for themselves.
I really like this scripture just because it's been, it really shows how when it comes to this kind of boycott, we should really stand up, and not just for like the black community, but different communities can help out when it comes to whites as well, because when you see those, you see a lot of people in the stands as well take knees or lock arms for this movement. All right, and this is the end of this segment. We'll be right back. Edge 88.1 FM KDPS. Thank you for joining me and Mikayla once again. I'm John Ross, and you're listening to Edge 88.1 FM at KDPS. Our next topic, we're talking about our NBA players beyond the sports. The first player I'm going to bring up is a very good veteran, Shaquille O'Neal. He averaged 23 points a game, 10.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and his field goal percentage was 58.2%. His three-point was a 4.5%, and his free throws were 52.7%.
And he had some pretty ashy feet.
A little shake, a little tingle. A little shake, a little tingle. But when it came to his music, if you guys didn't know about this whole LeVar Ball diss track, LeVar Ball stated that him and his son LaMelo could take on Shaq and his son, which I find that really ridiculous when you see the size difference and the perspective both sides bring to the game.
Right, I think if Shaq were to team up with Kobe, LeVar and his son would have no chance.
And then when it comes to another NBA player, the most recent and new rookie would be Lonzo Ball, who is going to be a Laker. His UCLA stats were 14.9 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, 7.8 assists. He averaged 55.5 in field goal range, 42 in three-point percentage, and 66 for free throws. Now, his last game he just played, he only scored 8 points. He had 3 out of 6 attempts made, 1 out of 1 in free throws, and then for three-pointers, he was 1 for 6.
Wait. Did you just say he had 8 points, like in the entire game?
Yeah, for the entire game it was 8 points, and it's pretty surprising just because when it came up from UCLA, his dad, LeVar, has been talking him up, hyping him up
Right.
for over months now, and that's how the whole Big Baller brand, that's how the whole family, the Ball family, has came out with their new show, which is Ball in the Family.
See, I've heard about it, I've seen it on Facebook, but I honestly don't think I can watch it. I think it's just going to be like the sport version of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Of course, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I like that. When it comes to Ball in the Family, though, I've seen a few episodes. It definitely shows each of the sons in a different way. So when it comes to LaMelo, it really shows him as being the goofy one. It comes to Lonzo, he's really more of the serious, and when it comes to Jello, he's more of the quiet one. But you know, LeVar, he's I respect him and what he's did with Lonzo and how much he's raised them and he trained them, and he really talked up his boys, like I said before. But the way he did it, he really sold them to where now they're all big. And not only that, Lonzo came out with his signature shoe, and they had the price at $495 for a regular standard, and then $995 for an autograph version.
You're crazy. The kid got 8 points. You think I'm paying that much for a shoe?
When I look at the shoe at itself, it's not a bad shoe, but it's something I wouldn't wear, honestly. I'd rather wear Kobe's or Jordans, even Kobe's.
Right. But going back to you talking about their father and hyping him up, I don't personally agree with what he's done with his sons. I think that this is just ridiculous. Why aren't they not in school? He recently pulled the youngest out of high school.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that, but then again, I do. The reason I don't agree is because how is he going to have competition for the next 2 years? But you know, he has been training them for quite a while, so I really agree with that.
Thanks for listening to the Edge 88.1.
Oh no. We just ran out of gas. Where's the closest gas station?
Relax, let me check my phone.
Well, what's it say?
See, my phone just died.
Your phone died?
Nah, you need to get me out of this rain right now.
Calm down, honey. I'll turn on the radio. You know you love 88.1.
Ooh, this is our song, remember?
How could I forget? This is why we love Edge 88.1.
You're listening to the Edge 88.1, and it's the Eminem Power Hour with Mikayla and
Ben. That's right. We're back in the studio.
Yep, so we've been checking out our new website, gvumedia.com. You guys can check it out too. And I was looking at this particular story, and it was talking about a college student's busy schedule. And I mean, that's very true. Like, I am working radio, 2 jobs, I have 16 credit hours, so I'm pretty stressed, and I think I understand what it's like to have a busy schedule. How about you?
Yeah, I feel like I've got a lot on my plate too, but apparently I'm not even near the top of it.
No, apparently there is a part-time student here who works 3 jobs, has 2 kids, and is planning a wedding. All while being a student.
Wow.
Yeah, she says she takes Sundays just to do homework, but she never forgets her me time, because she says that's the only way you don't get stressed out.
Wow, that's a lot of scheduling.
That is. Keep it here on the Edge 88.1.
You're listening to KDPS, Des Moines Radio Mashup 88.1. You're in the booth with Ben and Mikayla. And, Mikayla, who is your favorite actor?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd have to say Theo James, a.k.a. Thor from the Divergent series.
But now, has your favorite actor won an Oscar? I don't believe he has.
I don't think so.
No. Well, my favorite actor just won an Oscar. Now he didn't win an Oscar for a movie. He got an honorary Oscar because he spent over 50 years in the acting scene, making over 200 movies.
200?
Over 200 movies. Now, it's Jackie Chan. And just this Saturday, he got an honorary Oscar for his contributions to the film scene. From the campy film Shanghai Nights to Rush Hour series, I think he's more than deserving.
I think so, too.
I really think he is. You're listening to KDPS 88.1. Keep it tuned in. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Edge 88.1, and that was Wash It All Away by Five Finger Death Punch. Now, I was spending some time on the new Grandview Media website. That's www.gvumedia.com. And I was looking at some of the stories, and I saw one done by my friend Charlie Bennett. It's about Grandview's ninja, and someone you might not expect. Zach Ammon is a student with cerebral palsy, and that makes him more than a little bit disadvantaged to active things, and he needs to use a cane to walk around and stuff like that. So you might not expect him to be a ninja. He is actually a black belt in Taekwondo, so he really didn't let his disability get him down. And I think that's very inspiring.
That is amazing. Like, so many people use things that bring them down as excuses to not succeed in life, and I give props to this kid for doing that.
Yeah, it seems like Zach saw it as a challenge and took it on head first. Really got to applaud ethic like that. Next up on KDPS, Something Wild by Lindsey Sterling. Keep it tuned in. You're listening to Edge 88.1 Des Moines Radio Mashup. And station favorite, Childish Gambino, has dropped a new track on us called Me and Your Mama from Awaken My Love, which comes out December 2nd, I believe. Now, I just showed the entire track to Mikayla. She had never heard it before. I just made her listen to it during the break. What did you think, Mikayla?
It was not expected. I mean, I know Childish is known for doing unique things with his music, and this is definitely unique. Like, I feel like it'll grow on me, but right now, like, I was expecting some rapping, some bars to nod my head, but right now I'm just a little confused and really excited to see what's on the rest of this album.
Yeah, definitely not Gambino's typical flavor. Now, Glover has a lot on his plate right now. His hit TV show Atlanta, he's casting a bunch of movies, and now he's got a new album coming out.
And he's going on tour.
He really has a lot going on. I'm expecting great things from this new album. You're listening to KDPS 88.1. Keep it locked in. You're listening to Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines Radio Mashup. Now it's time for the adventures of my favorite superhero, and I think all of our favorite superhero, Florida Man. Now, Mikayla, if I were to tell you that Florida Man was arrested for something, what would you guess?
Well, with our past stories, it was probably something extremely crazy.
You could say so. So Michael Hendrick of Florida was arrested for throwing a cup of noodles at his live-in boyfriend. That's right. Now, Hendrick's defense to this was that prior to the noodle throwing incident, that water was thrown on him. Now, after the police officers found Hendricks to be the primary aggressor, they booked him and took him in, and it's not entirely unfounded. He had prior charges and stuff like that for grand larceny and all sorts of fun stuff. But he was booked for domestic violence by throwing a cup of noodles.
Hear that, college kids? Do not throw your cup of noodles.
Yeah, it's a weapon. Got to be very careful.
Noodles hurt.
Yeah, you got to hold up. Next on KDPS, Hold Up. Beyonce.
You're still listening to the Edge 88.1, and I know a lot of America was shocked last Tuesday with the election results, me personally, as well.
I think we all were.
But some people took to Google to ask some interesting questions.
Oh.
My personal favorites were,
Give 'em to me.
how did this happen? How did the polls get so wrong?
That's putting a lot out there, it really is.
Why did Hillary lose? Why did she wear purple? And why did Trump win?
Well, I don't have the answers to all those questions. A lot of us don't. I would like to know why she wore purple, though.
Same.
Be a great question. Maybe we'll find out one of these days. The Edge, 88.1.
Don't you dare change it. Thanks for listening. Up next, Grass Ain't Greener by Chris Brown.
You're listening to Des Moines Radio Mashup, KDPS 88.1. Now, some exciting news. I'm a big fan of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And he has just been named People's Sexiest Man Alive for 2016. This is exciting news to no one but me.
No, it's exciting to me. I completely agree. From watching him on WWE as a child to seeing him in movies, do you know what those pecs can do?
They truly are impressive. And so is his list of things that he's done. Even just in the past year, he's filming a sequel to Jumanji. He's given his voice to the lead character in Moana, the Disney movie. He has a cable TV show, Ballers. He just dropped Central Intelligence. What's next for him? What can he do to top all of this? This is just in the past year.
I'll let you know what you can keep doing, though.
What's up?
He can stay shirtless.
That's right. And next up on KDPS, Cool Girl, Tove Lo. You're tuned into Edge 88.1. Now, beloved Candy Toblerone is changing it up a little bit. Now, I don't know your feelings on Toblerone.
I've never had one, actually.
Really? Well, now apparently is not the time to get one, because they've changed the design of Toblerone, taking the iconic peaks and moving them apart. They're citing higher costs of materials and stuff like that for it. And the general populace is outraged. They want their Toblerone back. They're furious. They might even be more riled up about this than they are about the whole election thing. Now, there have been some suggested uses for the new Toblerone candy, among which are an electronics charging rack, a bookshelf, DVD categorizer. You can even use it to organize remotes.
What?
That's right, chocolate remote organizer. If you can think of any other uses for the new Toblerone design, let us know on Facebook and Twitter. KDPS 88 on Twitter and KDPS Radio on Facebook. Next up, request Hotline Bling by Drake on KDPS 88.1.
Guess what? You're still listening to the Edge 88.1.
Whoa!
Yeah. And our next story for you is our Disney news, as always.
Oh, I love Disney news. Big fan.
So it's said that Disney is now eyeing to buy Netflix.
Ooh.
I mean, and Disney is already like a huge company. They own Marvel and a whole bunch of other things. So this is definitely going to increase their profits.
That is acquisitions on acquisitions on acquisitions.
Might not be too late to buy some stock in Disney, get some money.
That might not be a bad idea at all.
No.
Investments in Disney have historically been really solid.
Yeah, and one thing is going wrong with Disney though right now.
What's that?
It's said that their ESPN subscription has a major decline right now, which is why they're looking to purchase Netflix.
Yeah, I think football viewership overall is down. Didn't they just add a new day for football?
I think they did.
Like Thursday night?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think reception on that is pretty terrible, at least as far as I can hear.
Yeah. Well,
Too bad.
stay here listening to us, Ben and Mikayla, on the Edge 88.1. Up next, Have Faith in Me. It's the Edge 88.1. And as we all know, the holidays are coming up soon.
Yeah! Excitement.
Can't wait, but you know the funnest part about the holidays?
What's the funnest part about the holidays?
As a child, being forced to clean the whole house.
You know, I think truly every child looks forward to that part of the holidays. Certainly my favorite.
Especially if you have a mom like mine who has to have her house perfect.
Perfect. Not a shoe out of place.
But apparently, it's not uncommon for moms to be like this. A mom wrote a note and posted it in their living room for her children, saying you are not allowed to come in this room until after the holidays are over with, unless given special permission.
Unless given what kind of special permission?
You cannot have any dirt or odors on you. Your clothes must be fresh out the laundry, and you are not allowed to touch anything.
Wow, that's a strict set of requirements there. I think people with those kind of compulsions are usually sent to a clinic or something like that.
Most definitely. But, you know what?
What's that?
We have more music for you here on the Edge 88.1. So keep it locked in, guys. Up next, All On You. Enjoy. As we all know, the day after Thanksgiving has apparently been reserved for shopping.
Absolutely. I don't know where that tradition started, but...
Me either. I've never done Black Friday shopping.
No, I don't participate in that tradition either. I do mine online, definitely, because you can get away with a lot on there.
Definitely. And it's easier. You don't have to leave your house or anything. Fight with people.
Don't have to stay up till 1 in the morning.
But I think Black Friday shopping has been taking over Thanksgiving over the past few years.
You might be right. You might be right.
And Mall of America has announced that they will not be open for Thanksgiving. They are putting their foot down, and they're saying spend time with your families.
Now, as a former retail employee, I definitely appreciate that. I really wish my former store would have done that.
And 30 other stores are following their foot tracks.
Who's that? Yeah, who's that?
A few of my personal favorites: Bed Bath & Beyond, Costco, can't get your groceries, sorry guys, Home Depot, Petco, can't get your dogs groomed, TJ Maxx.
Uh-oh. What am I going to do with Home Depot closed on Thanksgiving? How am I going to get my OSB particle board?
Guess you'll have to wait till Black Friday.
Oh no.
Thanks for listening. Up next, Change, Christina Aguilera, here on the Edge 88.1. As the Eminem Power Hour is coming to a close here on the Edge 88.1, we want to keep you up to date on what's happening in the pop culture world, guys.
That's right. We really like to stay current, and we like to keep you current as well.
So if you're walking around and you see people frozen in time for about a minute or so, don't fear. It's only the Mannequin Challenge.
Now, never fear. KDPS is here to fill you in.
This challenge started in about September due to Ray Schmurder's hit song, Black Beatles. And pretty much people stay still for about a minute or so while the camera films around them, and then the song plays and everyone jumps back into action.
That's right. And now some real star power has done this. Ray himself has done this. Paul McCartney, the New York Giants.
The Bears, Michelle Obama and the Cavaliers.
Don't forget Beyonce herself, Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. Oh, and Hillary did it on her plane.
That's right. I wish I had a plane to do that on.
I think I might do the Mannequin Challenge myself.
Well, can we expect something from the Grandview Vikings bowling team? Or maybe even the Grandview Vikings media team here at KDPS 88.1.
Maybe we can find it on our Twitter and Facebook page, or even our website, gvumedia.com.
That's right. Keep up to date with us on KDPS 88 on Twitter and KDPS Radio on Facebook.
Thanks for listening to the Eminem Power Hour. It's been wonderful as always, guys. Here on the Edge 88.1. Up next, Capsize. Enjoy and have a great night.